Okay, I want to talk about system optimization and trading for a daily goal objective. There's a fair amount of traders that trade automated that think this is a wrong approach, that you should basically let your system rip every day. Well, that's fine if you're trading in your own account, but let's be honest, you're trading in a prop account. The rules are made that you got to thread the needle every single day. So there's some massive benefits to trading for a daily goal objective, and I'm going to cover those. Um, the biggest thing is you minimize your exposure to the market on a daily basis from unscheduled events that can make sudden movements in the market that are beyond, typical daily price movements. The other thing is really there's some realities with trading in the prop firm space and trading automated and using trade copiers where you can duplicate your efforts and make money by amassing a range of accounts that are all trading automated versus trying to go out and kill yourself for every day to make 3K off of 150K a prop account, or trying to make 3, 4, 5 grand a day, per account on a 300K account. Uh, if you just consider, hey, I want to optimize, I want to take optimized settings that either have been provided to me or that I found myself through, running optimization, whether you're on CTrader, MT4, MT5, whether you're on TradingView, whether you're on NinjaTrader 8. And let's say you're trading a 150K prop account where you can have up to 3 of them: Top Step Trader, Take Profit Trader, My Funded Futures, and others. So if you're just going for, let's say, $510 a day, so if you just go for $510 a day per 150K account, the extra $10 per day per account, that'll cover any transaction fees or costs of moving your money from the prop firm to your bank account, if there are fees along the way. Some prop firms, there's basically no fees. Whatever you earned after they take out their split portion, they send you that whole amount minus fees. So when you think about it, we'll kind of round it down, but if you're trading 350K accounts, you're doing $1,500 a day. So if you're making $1,500 a day fully automated, and your automation is, let's say, averaging 2.2 trades a day week after week, because you're usually done in 3 trades or less, and you're making $1,500 a day, now that's per one sign up. So maybe you have one sign up on 3 accounts. That's an LLC account. It's a corporate account. It's LLC. It has an EIN number. That's your tax ID. That's all the prop firm's worried about. But then let's say with the same firm, you're over here trading through a different LLC, or maybe that one's signed up under you as an individual or a member of your family. So now you're doing $1,500 a day on another set of 3 accounts, and so on and so on. And how many batches of 3 accounts could you have? Well, that's up to you and your creativity and how many tax IDs you can come up with, meaning a social security number or an EIN number. Now, in no way, shape, or form can all these accounts have your name attached. They only want to see your name attached to one account or sign up. But are there people trading 5, 6, 7, 8 batches of accounts with the same prop firm, where they're having to do something slightly different in each batch of accounts? Absolutely. And the prop firms, as long as you're a different tax ID and they don't see the same name linked to different batches of accounts, there's not really anything that they can do. It's not like they're out there hunting to see, is Johnny C. Trader trading these 3 different batches of accounts? All the trade activity is different, so they won't have a clue who's trading the accounts. And in the end, that's not where they're focusing their time and effort. So let's just get into, though, if you have your one batch of 3 accounts, let's just talk about that and why this type of equity curve and the approach of trading for a daily goal has a lot of pros, and I can't find many cons, pros and cons. I just think it's the smartest way to trade futures accounts. So if you can just optimize or build settings, take optimization data that might be averaging a much higher daily average, but tone it down, reduce position size, and just go for 510 or 550 a day, maybe no more than about 700 a day on a 100 per 150K account. Well, if you're just doing 510 a day over 3 accounts that are connected on Trade Copier, that's 380,000 a year income. And these are the type of equity curves that I already have people in the group producing with this approach. Just going after X amount of daily profit objective. And in some cases, not having losing day, for instance, yet all of 2024. Now, what I do on a 150K account is we just modified things. We're going for 750 a day. We're going to go down, drop that down. We're going to go for 710 a day per account on the automated activity. And we're going to have an $1,100 intraday stop limit. And the reason we're using the $1,100 is just because, for instance, like in a TPT account, you have $4,500 max drawdown. So even if you had 4 losing days in a row of $1,100, you still haven't hit your $4,500, where you blip the account out. Because on a TPT account, the first $4,500 you make when you're live on a 150K account. So you don't get to withdraw anything until any dollar amounts over 154,500. So the first 4,500 is your safety net. So it would take 4 losing days. It'll put you, basically right about there. You'll be at 4,400 down. So that's a lot of protection to go in, and I can find optimized settings where I can get my 710 every day. Or there's some days when I get to a certain time of day in my time window where I trade, where I say, at that time and later, don't take any trades. And whatever last trade I'm in concludes, it won't let me take a trade. There might be some days where maybe I'm up $204 and so on, where I don't get my 710. Well, I don't care. As long as I, don't have 4 in a row of $1,100, I can't find a scenario in the last year where ever come anywhere near. I can find 1 month where I hit 1,100 down 3 times in the month, but that was like nothing. The month still turned out fantastic. And then the next month had 1 day. So I had a 60-day period where I had 4 $1,100 losers, and it was just a nasty, tight range chop fest. And 2 of the days where I hit 1,100 was on days before major news releases that were in the later part of the day. So if I would have adjusted a little bit, and one of them was a Fed day, if I just would have said, hey, I'm not going to trade that day till maybe 1:02 in the afternoon U.S. Central Time, and I'll see what I can catch the last part of the day after the Fed interest rate news, I would have made my 710. The other day, made a little bit, but I would have ended the day positive if I just would have stayed out of the first part of the day. So, I know ahead of time when there's news releases later in the day. I think one day it was a chop fest all day, and we had Fed meeting minutes late in the day, and then suddenly the market made a big move at the end of the day. So that day I might have just said, I'm just going to leave the system on and let it run to the end of the day. I'm getting chopped up. I'm down $600-700 on the day. I'm just going to leave it on to the end of the day. We'll see what happens. Whoop-de-doo, I'm just going to make sure I don't go down 4,500 on the day. So I can massage the settings a bit have the system running to continue taking trades, knowing I'm going to have a 1 p.m. Chicago U.S. Central Time news release that might get some activity. And sure enough, it did. I would have got my 710. But even if I don't touch anything, I just leave it alone. In the beginning, make it easy. I always say build a game you can always when you're running automated. So maybe in the beginning on a 150K account, you got to make 380K right away in your first 3 counts that you're trading automated after you start passing them automated. No, just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go for 310 a day for the first month. I'm going to hone in what I'm doing. I'm going to keep learning this automated thing. I'm going to keep learning how to optimize. I'm going to keep taking any new data to help me make sure I just get to my 310 and then the next month I'm going to go for 410, and then the next month I'm going to go for 510. And maybe you work your way up to eventually where you're going for 710 a day. Now, to me, going beyond about 750 a day, you really got to be optimized good to get done early. Otherwise, there's a drop off. You're not going to have periods where you can go literally half the year for the entire year and hit your profit objective every day before you'd ever hit a max daily loss setting. So to me, anything on a 150K account, and I'm talking with MNQs, you can do this with MES. I'd have to go optimize YM. If you doubled the position size, you should be able to maybe target about 550 to 600 a day with about maybe $1,000 daily loss limit and do just fine. So the reality is make your money by adding more accounts and duplicating your efforts, not trying to maximize how much you make each day. That's the wrong direction to go when trading futures. FX is a different animal. So when I'm talking here, you can do this in FX on your FX prop accounts. Absolutely. I'm just saying for those of you on the future side, where you are never allowed to hold positions overnight, when FX prop accounts we can on many of the accounts, like swing accounts, you don't have the option to hold overnight. So you got to change your game a bit, and you got to go into I'm going to go in each day, kick the door down, neutralize my target, and get out and go drink beers. That's futures trading. FX trading is, I'm going to go sit out in the lake for a week and see what I can catch fishing. It's a whole different animal trading FX. Now, you could shape your FX trading and say, hey, I'm going to trade oil, I'm going to trade gold, I'm going to trade a couple of currency pairs, I'm going to trade a couple indices, I'm going to trade maybe Bitcoin, US dollar, and I'm going to trade a portfolio. And maybe each day when I get to $700 a day on a 200K prop account, then I'll just be done for the day. Could you do that? Sure, you could. Turn it on, start it on the London session and play it out through London through the beginning of US session. Sure, that might work out just fine. That can be done. Nothing wrong with that. But the conversation is intended primarily for futures traders that can't hold overnight. So, start out small and then incrementally build your daily profit objective. And remember, your daily profit objective feeds your weekly profit objectives that feeds your monthly and your yearly. But now if you're on one set of accounts doing 380,000, only going for 510 a day, and then the next month you organically fund returns from this batch of accounts to set up a new one under a different sign up, or maybe you just sign up with a different firm where you can get 350K accounts. Now go make another 300K on those accounts and then sign up with a different firm. Go make another 300K. The bottom line is you're automated. You can trade on one platform and you can use trade copiers. So there's just magnificent trade copiers out now. Like for instance, the one from Apex Investing. They have the version 10 trade copier, tons of capability. And to wrap up the trade copier from Affordable, they just put out another video. So there's a lot of great technology and tools to duplicate your efforts and just go after that daily goal.